Welcome back, fam. Daddy 1424 bringing you another production, everything football, everything FIFA, and today, with the exception of PES 2016, that is right, the demo has dropped. Check it out on PSN and XBLA. You can download it today and give it a try for yourself. But I'm doing a video on it today, and specifically because I want to look at the comparisons of what it could indicate for FIFA 16, because usually PES has a lot of comparison or takeoff points from FIFA, and as well as just looking at PES in general. So we're going ahead and get a match loaded up here. Bayern Munich versus Juventus. Of course, looking at putting my players into the positions here, such as Robin, Frank Ribery, Alaba, Philip Lahm. I want to get him down to center defensive mid. Just kind of adjusting my squad. But while that's being done, I want to remind you guys that I am back in full swing starting FIFA 16. Today we are taking a look again at what to expect from FIFA 16 based on PES 2016, and also looking at PES in general, because as a lot of you are probably aware, back a while ago when FIFA introduced price ranges, that changed the market in general, and there was a lot of market crashes, instabilities, players going extinct, and just changing the integrity or the entirety as well of FIFA 15. And a lot of people, YouTubers alike, as well as just people in general, went over to PES 2015, which kind of really gave momentum and birth to, well, PES 2016. And so today we are here with the demo, as mentioned, because of that, and just seeing if this is worth it. So when, in my opinion, when you put a demo forth, you want to put everything into that, because truly and honestly it's a representation of trying to convince the public to pick your game over FIFA. And especially when you're competing against a game like FIFA, you want to put everything in there. And one of the things that I noticed right off the get-go is that they didn't have the updated rosters. Looking at Bayern Munich here and Juventus, my apologies. Bayern Munich didn't have Arturo Vidal. Wow, I cannot speak today. Did not have Vidal on their roster yet, and I think that's a little bit of a disappointment, because I think if they had put the updated rosters, a lot of people would have been really happy, and it would have gave more oomph to the demo itself. But looking at the game and the demo, and keeping in mind that this is obviously maybe still early production, not early production, but they still haven't tweaked everything, such as updating the rosters. Maybe there's some tweaks that still need to come. Keep that in mind when you're watching this video. But that being said, you saw some of the character models earlier. We were looking at Bastian Schweinsteiger, who looked absolutely fantastic for the character models, and I think that that's one of the things that really stands out right off the get-go for PES 2016. So we are starting up with the lineup here today. Of course, they have Paul Pogba, Pirlo, of course, Vidal. Juventus has a pretty stacked team in general. And then on Bayern Munich, we got guys like Robin, and we have Dante, and we have Ribery, and all those great guys. So let's go ahead and get to it and see the differences fundamentally here for PES versus FIFA. Now, one thing I will note off the get-go is that PES plays an awful lot like FIFA. I mean, it always has, in all fairness, but they have done some refinements to make it a little bit separated from FIFA, and at the same time make it very similar to FIFA. Case in point here, I'm going to address the finesse shot. One of the things that they kind of brought into this version of PES, or PES 2016, is their version of a finesse shot, where you would essentially go, you see, and this is what I'm talking about here, comparing the differences. I'm so used to playing FIFA 15 that I just hit circle there, thinking I was going to kind of pull him back, because I'm playing PS4, PlayStation, mind you, and instead I ended up doing a slide tackle, and now I have a red card. But I guess red card is better than them scoring a goal. I still believe we can pick it up. But getting back on point here with the changes and the finesse shot, as we were addressing, in FIFA you'll actually press R1 if you're playing on the PlayStation, and then your shoot button. In this edition, you're actually going to press L2 and then your shoot button to perform that finesse shot. But I believe it has a different name as well. One of the other things I really didn't like, and I can see me trying to do a couple skill moves here, is the way that they have implemented the skill moves. Because prior, you were talking about just jiggling the stick around, like for example on FIFA. Now with PES, instead of doing that, you kind of got to go specifically like up and down, and it's a really odd. It takes getting used to. Lewandowski! Goal! What a fantastic goal there. Sorry, enjoy the moment, as they say. Let's just watch that replay for a second. the beauty of the game. And then you can see Mario Götze with the beautiful through ball. Just setting that one up. So we're up 1-0 against Juventus. And of course, Juventus will be trying to put some pressure on us here to come back. Now, back to comparing apples and oranges, or in this case, FIFA to PES in general. Actually, we're talking about the refinements of this particular edition of PES. One of the things I also noticed was the physicality of the gameplay. And it's not as fast-paced as the other football games in general, such as FIFA. It's much more slow pace, tactical. Yes, you can still dash up, like you'll see here. In order to get a speed boost, you kind of press R1 twice to really catch that speed boost. But then to tackle is square, so it takes getting used to. The other things I notice, and if it comes up in the game, I'll make sure to point it up here, is I played obviously before recording this, and Arjen Robben really runs like Arjen Robben. Robben has that twinkle toe run, and a lot of people who like Robben like I do, they know what I'm talking about. And when you see it in the game, if you're watching it here in the match, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I think it's those little attention to details that I hope to see FIFA implementing in the game. Oh hell no. Oh, Mignon Noir with the save. And speaking about saves and goalies, I never really been a big fan of the goalies in either PES or FIFA. I've always felt there was a lot of clumsiness and just goals that weren't practical that would go in. And I really hope that they change that. Like, speaking of which. Oh my goodness. But you see, looking at it here on a positive note, looking at Vidal and Tevez, great facial animations and character models. And the other thing I noticed too is, and you'll probably pick it up as you watch the gameplay footage here, Pogba actually has more of a mohawk. I always felt in FIFA he really didn't have that full-on mohawk. He kind of just had like a very reduced version of what he actually had. So, looking at the character models, do you guys think that this is more realistic to the characters, or do you think it's actually less realistic in comparison to FIFA? Now, by no means am I saying that PES is better than FIFA. Each person has their preference. Some people have gone over to the PES series because of FIFA making all these drastic changes. Others stand by FIFA and stick with it. And myself particularly, I'm going to be picking up FIFA 16, and I'm going to bring that point up right now. When I do get FIFA 16, we're going to be going full throttle on the channel. I have an entirely new setup for you guys. I got a microphone, which is going to be clearer sound. We're going to have the front-facing camera, the new game capture I got for my PS4, which is going to give us some high-quality videos. Whole new setup, a whole new, theory, philosophy, and I guess a revamped. You gotta be kidding me! Come on, Morata. But you see this? Look at that! Look at the sweat beating down Mignon Noir's face. It's okay. We're no matter what though, we're gonna pick it back up. We're gonna find it right back in this match. Oh, there you can see Pogba with his actual mohawk, by the way. But that being said as well, outside of the character models, I find that the visuals aren't as clean as I would want them to be. It seems a lot like PES 2015 or even FIFA 15 in terms of outside of the character models. The pitch itself, the environmentals, the fans. Sure, a lot more cinematic, but we're talking next gen here. We're talking a lot of games really starting to shine and showing what the PS4 and Xbox One can really do. So why don't we see that in a game like this? The answer, honestly, in my opinion, probably being the fact that you got this game on cross-platform. So it's available both on PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, Xbox One. So you're talking probably built on the PS3 and Xbox 360 console and just simply up-res versus built on the PS4 and down-res. And when you get that, you tend to get not as high visual fidelity because you're not building specifically for the next-gen consoles. Corner. Now, Speaking of corners, this is something I thought was fantastic with the corner system that they've implemented in PES, and I hope that FIFA does something like this. You'll see the line there. You can kind of choose where you want to position it, and it gives you such a better curve. There were some corners I was able to do prior to recording I didn't get on film, where it would skim right across the line and give beautiful, beautiful setup opportunities for other players. So we have reached halftime here. The score 2-1 for Juventus versus Bayern Munich. So what do you guys think so far? In the comment section here, feel free to shoot off who your favorite player is. Between the two, Bayern Munich and Juventus, who would you go for? For me, it's Bayern Munich all day. They're my favorite team. I think Juventus has some phenomenal talent, but I'm a Munich fan. That's just me. And I think with the addition of Vidal on Munich, they're going to present to be a great team. At the same token, too, they've also lost some players. Schweinsteiger going over to Man United. So that's going to prove to be interesting as well. Let's see if we can get back another goal here. One thing I will say is Pogba. A lot of people who know me, who built my channel since day one. Oh, no, not again. Come on. And that's what I'm talking about. We talk about goalies and refining the physics of the game itself and how they produce those saves and get more realistic. And you see a goal like this, and he didn't even try. We're talking the #1 goalie in the world right now, or arguably. And look at this. Didn't even try. Didn't even try and make a motion to save that. So now Juventus is up 3-1. I gotta get my groove here. I gotta kind of figure out the controls, find out what's what. I'm so used to playing with FIFA 15 controls. It's kind of a hard adjustment to get into PES now and see what that's like. Lewandowski. Whoo! Götze. Beautiful, beautiful header. Here with the cornering system again. See if we can corner it. Maybe curve it out the opposite way. No, we'll go into the net actually. There we go. See, and that's what I'm talking about. If you set those up, you could have some fantastic goals. Buffon. Lewandowski with possession again. I don't know if any of you caught it earlier in the video. You could actually see some of the updated ratings that they have for the players. I believe Lewandowski was 89. Robin was 92, I believe. I think Thomas Muller was either 86 or 89. I'm not 100% sure, but you get an idea for what some of the ratings for some of the players are. And as we were saying earlier, in the comment section, shoot off your favorite team, your favorite player. What you're looking forward to most in FIFA 15. My apologies, FIFA 16. Apparently I'm a year behind. Oh, come on. Put that away, son. Put that away. Schweinsteiger. And this time we'll go the opposite side. You see how the curve, I mean, a lot of people who play FIFA, myself included, that, by the way, right there was the new finish shot. Arjen Robben just tried to pull one off there, but didn't work. But you'll see the curve. So much more productive, in my opinion, in PES than what we see in FIFA. But FIFA 16 is apparently revamping a lot of these things too. So, if they do similar things, they could have a fantastic game on their hand. Now, also mentioning earlier in the video, saying that there's a comparison points. The reason I bring that up is because you look at a game like PES 2015 and you compare it to FIFA 15, and they're virtually the same game. I mean, yeah, they have their differences. They play a little bit different, but for the most part, oh, come on. There we go, Schweini. See, I like this. I like how you get the celebration list, and you can it kind of took me a minute to get used to it, but being able to combine your celebrations, so you're not just stuck to doing one. You can do like 1, 2, 3, 4 different ones in one celebratory run. So we're pulling ourselves back 3-2. We could do it, boys. Come on. Let's get it going. Give it to Twinkle Toes. Give it to Twinkle Toes. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to see him run yet, but fantastic. That boy is fast. Vidal with the dancing around. Here we go. Arjen Robben. Oh. Lewandowski would be going for the hat trick there. I believe he had both the goals for the team so far. Come on, Schweini. 81st minute. Come on, boys. We can do it. There we go. There we go. There we go. Woo! Who was it? Lewandowski, I believe. Oh, no. Today's goal was 1. I thought he had the other one earlier. I'm like positive he's had 2 goals. Maybe I have to watch the replay on that one or see at the end of the game. But, speaking of, fantastic players, fantastic teams, for me, I'm a huge fan of the Netherlands. I always said this, especially if you guys have been with me since day one. But I have to say this year, there's a lot of other teams that I'm kind of worried about the Netherlands, where they sit. They got a lot of their older guys kind of starting to phase out. Guys like Robin van Persie, who have now left Manchester United and are no longer at their peak of their game. Arjen Robben, who's still, by all means, a fantastic player. And it seems like the guy just doesn't slow down. He gets better with age. He's like a wine. That's the only way to describe Robben, really and truly. But you look at all these other teams that are coming up. You got Brazil. Sure, they had a horrible World Cup a couple years back. Or not a couple years back, sorry, most recently. But I do still believe that they have a lot of potential with guys like Neymar in there, Fernandinho. They have a lot of great players that Brazil could really pull through. But for me, the contender to watch this year has got to be France. I mean, France has got Ribéry, Paul Pogba, Griezmann. They got a lot of fantastic players on their team. Lacazette, Remy. I'm just naming off a couple here, and I think you can find that mesh. France could be a serious contender here. Offside. I thought that was actually match done there. So this is the free kick system. Again, with the lines kind of indicating where you want to pass it to, and I do find that is much more easy. I would say more for inexperienced players than experienced players, but I think it's going to help people get better understandings of what they can and cannot do within the game. And of course, remember, PES does offer an Ultimate Team mode. It's not exactly the same, obviously, with its own tweaks, and instead of opening packs, you open like balls. So if you're interested in PES 2016, I highly recommend that you guys download the demo and see what it's about. But for me, comparing the apples to oranges here, I see a game that has upgraded in some areas, downgraded in others, and overall doesn't feel that much different from PES 2015. It's kind of a disappointment too that they didn't put everything into this demo, because you didn't get the updated rosters, you didn't get that kind of stuff in there as well. I mean, they did have a selection of teams, which is nice, but again, I'm not entirely thrilled. So here you see some of the pre-order bonuses. One of the things I forgot to show you, and I do want to show you, I'm going to jump back here in a second, is just showing you the controls for some of the moves. And you'll see what I mean by the skill moves are much different, and the controls in general are much different than what you may be used to if you're coming from FIFA 15. So I'm going to load up a quick match here just to show you that, because I missed that in the video earlier. But again, talking about for a demo, the one aspect, having a lot of teams, it's great in there. That is first class for a demo, but at the same time, they've taken also some steps back. So I really don't know what to expect for FIFA 16 this year. I do think that this gives an indication that the visual fidelity won't be fantastic. Don't be holding your breath waiting for that next gen game. Think of it as FIFA 15.2 like they do every year, FIFA 14.3, FIFA 13.4. That's usually how it goes. And speaking of which, there will not be, and you can see the moves here, by the way, there will not be a Vita edition or a 3DS edition, so I won't be bringing you the unboxings for those, but we do have the gameplay for this. And like I said as well, keep in mind, I will be bringing you I'm going to try and get a video about every 3 to 4 days once FIFA 16 comes out. If you guys follow me and you like those, obviously I will put out more videos and as many as I can. Of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. Other than that, I will catch you guys in the next video. Hope to see you guys soon. Take it easy.